Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I'm playing along with Paw Your Way into Our Heart, which is a pet-themed hop that we do once a month, as well as 30 days of sketches. And I'm using the sketch for today, which was from Holly Fiercely, I believe is her name. And so all the information will be in the description box below. I'm also for this layout using my Color Brush Studio kits. This is not a design team project, but I am using that kit, so I'll even have that link down below if you are interested in checking them out. For my layout, I am taking this heart pattern paper and I am going to use the front and back, and I'm just tearing my strips. Looking at the sketch, it looks like there's only probably 2 torn pieces of paper. I actually use 3, so I'm using the front and back of this heart pattern paper, and then I have this pink polka dot, and I'm going to use that as well. So I will have 3 torn strips of pattern paper. So that is what you see me doing here. I'm just going to line them all up, figure out placement. I kind of tear little bits and pieces here because this one I did straight, so it's not in an angle like the other ones, so I kind of have to tear the paper a little bit more, but essentially I am going to build out my background and the sort of framed photo that is, or the frames that are on the sketch. I'm going to lay all of that out, and then off camera I'm going to glue all of this down because I typically don't leave that in because it's not so fun to watch all the gluing. This layout actually came together really quickly. I did not see there, I tore the paper not toward me so I didn't get the white edge, so I had to go back and tear another little bit off this paper. So note, if you want white edges, make sure you tear toward yourself. But this whole layout did not take that long. I keep the embellishing pretty simple, and I just embellish on the I'm only using one photo, so I embellish on the where the other photos would be. I use tags, which you'll see here in just a moment, and I embellish on those. And then apart from that, it's a pretty simple layout. I do really love a good torn paper layout, and so this one definitely was fun to play with. I always forget to tear my papers. I don't do it as much, but I really love the look, and so it reminds me to do it more often. So here you see, this is where I was saying I'm using tags in place of photos because I only am using one photo of our puppy playing with one of her toys. And I have a piece of black cardstock that I cut to create a tag, and that is where my photo is going to go. My photo is about a 3x4 size, so the tag's a little bit bigger than that, so I have a frame around it. And I'm using a piece of my frazzle to mimic that string that is hanging for all of the photos. So here you see I have gone off camera, I've glued all of that down, and I'm really liking how this is looking. And so at this point, it's time to embellish. And so I'm going to just add a little bit of something to each of the tags. You see that off camera I did add the last two shaker hearts, not stars, that I had from my kit. So I'm using those on this page, getting those used up. I have colored a wood veneer pear, and I'm going to take the pears from the sticker sheet, and I'm going to use those on this page. I'm also using some of the stickers of the scallop borders that are on the sticker sheet. Sorry, I don't have that sticker sheet where you can kind of see what I'm pulling off of it, but that's where I'm going to use that, and this puffy, not puffy, but the foam stickers that came with this collection. Those are where I'm getting the majority of my embellishment for this page. And for some reason I decided for this one I was going to use all the fruit. There's lots of fruit in this collection. This obviously, apart from the fact that it's a dog and she would eat probably anything, I have no real reason to why I use the fruit, but I figured, hey, this is a good enough place as any to use all of those fruit pieces. And I really liked what kind of sparked me to do all the fruit was the fact that I wanted to use that orange slice in the O of the love. Don't ask me why, but I really like it. So here you see I'm kind of trying to figure out, okay, I really want to use all the fruit. And so far I have a grape and a watermelon that is still left. And so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. At this point, I haven't put those on the page, and I decide, okay, I need to put my title. I know the title on the sketch is up at the top. I move it down here to the bottom, and then off camera in the still photos, you are going to see that here is where I go, okay, I'm done. But to me, it looks too plain. So I go off camera, and I add the watermelon and the grapes from the sticker sheet and the thickers or the foam stickers, and I stamp black splatters with a stamp all throughout the layout, as you can see here. And that makes me feel better about the layout. So with that, we are going to call this one done. Check out the description box below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.